Right, good afternoon to we listeners and the viewers within and without Sierra Leone. And today, now, other Sunday, another edition of the program Media Junction, where they reach you through the medium way you get me right now. Now decide whether they listen to me or watch me. For we listeners na Kwenadugu district, where they listen to me, I want to say on a day live on Shalom Radio. And so on a day on Buntimani Radio. We listeners in Falaba, you there on the Shalom Radio Namongo. And Tonkolima, you there on Katbami Radio. Collington na Cambia, Adi Radio na Puloko, Lumbara na Bumbuna, Kentu na Kamakwe, and of course Koniki Radio na Makali. For McKinney and decide the way you get to right now, you're there on the OPFM 93.3, where they hit you now decide where they get to right now, and with the broadcast live from we standard broadcasting house, na Kabbalah Tower back of Warehouse Complex, McKinney Kabbalah Highway. The program where they about for each you, na Media Junction. The program where they talk about the things that they make the country go before. And so we see the program where they talk about the things that they challenge the growth of the nation state of Sierra Leone. Well, we don't come back today, they call them for Talk the talk about anything the way they make the country go before. And so we'll talk about anything the way the limits have been on turn. Now the junction today, we don't come it up for Talk this talk here so. And we get traditional panelists them. Unisa Patrick Kamara, we they on the way to the studios. Well, of course, we get to understand that nature the enzyme limits we usual time at the studio where everybody can day. However, I want to show you say Unisa Patrick Kamara, Emilia Kamara Django will join me shortly in the studio. But we get the civil society person at the junction when Ibrahim Darami, Bokukin Kolam, Cantona. Darami, say good afternoon to the listeners within and without Sierra Leone.
Fambulem, salam alaikum, happy for the again tonight.
Well, me waking day before the junction today, all time my name now Stanley Bangoa Jr. For we listeners at the garden, I want to say we technical team, we're teaching them still work so that we're not able for listen to it on the radio garden. They try for restore we presence day once again. The one day they get we on Facebook, or say if you want to watch me on Facebook, now for sign in to OPFM 93.3 McKinney, you go able to watch we live, and it will allow you for let you participate in the program by way of you contributing by dropping your message in our comments box in our Facebook page. Well, the other social media handles them where they make them possible for on listen to me or watch me. We want to say we want to encourage you for let you in your radio for the next few minutes will they hit you. But waiting really we don't stand by for can talk about inside this edition of the program today. Well, we talk about APC and the war within, and series so one for look at the Auditor General in tribunal and the word we say the reports we order or suggest in Sakwani and deputy. That report, though they don't present it to president, but it's still there in the dark. Women say they're not able to access it. But we guest for the first program where now the APC and the war within. We get the spokesperson or the person where they talk for Sika, the All People's Congress APC. When see the twins, Tunis, now the APC talk person, and he will join me shortly online, and let her bring on a Tunis. Good afternoon, Tunis. All right, Tunis. Good afternoon, and welcome to the program. Well, we certainly there also for talk about which appear to be a war within in the sense thing they know equal inside the APC after the tripartite report in Command. We all remember say Fambulem after the June election when they declared President Dio as the president-elect, the APC after the election we took a position for boycott governance, and that particular decision they raised tension in the country, and it been witnessed waiting we call the movement for we get a national dialogue between three parties, and the way APC believes say they conduct the election and waiting and present as report not reflect the will of the people where ECSL, the government of Sierra Leone, where ECSL announced say they win the election. And then the APC will say them believe say that election will thief. So we been see players and come inside for mediate so that the country will able to go back to normalcy by way of having everybody on board following APC decision for boycott governance. That dialogue they being bring out, a communique we get things that we they say the three parties are all for up to for able look into many things. But after the reports come out, or even before the reports come out, word of a rerun in the play. Everybody, people in ways so dependent on the different voices in the opposition APC. Now I mean so hopeful that within culture appetite go provide an opportunity for a rerun. But that one day come and pass the reports, not talk about a rerun. And then later we hear about the issue of electoral justice. Major players like the US ambassador in interviews make them very clear that then the moral grant was not aware of any issue of rerun, and that they not get the locus in law, or they not get the authority for call for a rerun, or rather the state institutions and we get a power there, we're at the Supreme Court. But then after the election, APC they say they don't believe in the judiciary, so they know they go there for secret days. The only decision then are for boycott. And all of these after the tripartite word begin, fly all over the place, say some members of the executive they don't sell out, and that we see all this, so people in the way don't sell out to the ruling SFP, so that the will of the people will in the form of the call for rerun overall. But this bench we also don't hear the talkman for the APC don't come public for make some clarification around then rumor in the way they make counts, but say then they undermine Dr. Samura, the 2023 APC flag bearer, and that then don't go pinch tent with governments by way of receiving money or gifts. We make nobody not seem for talk about a rerun. They all don't forget what time because all man don't hold it hold. We in a media junction don't seize the opportunity also for how do we voice and invite the talk person for the party, and by extension, we extend the invitation to the team Samura Kamara so that they go also weigh their voice into this. But then the feedback was they're not prepared for discuss anything at the media relating to that subject matter. But being a governance program and we want to we help people for make informed decisions on which they make on social media and elsewhere, we get with the top person for the All People's Congress APC CDI units. Again, I want to say good afternoon.
Thank you very much for getting me online.
All right, so from the introduction of the topic, I don't say I go down put it to the tools on really waiting to inform discussion this afternoon at the junction. I want to ask in the first instance whether after the election, the APC executive now one way we can say a united front, even before we talk about waiting later will come for no tripartite. Then decision for entering into boycott of governance, the issue of denouncing the results. Was it a collective decision by the executive in entirety?
Yes, Stanley, I go outrightly say yes. Since the election, even before we go into election, the decisions we take that be always unanimous. In fact, most of them we can vote on them. Now the same method we use after the elections, most of the major decisions that we will take, we always go meet first as a party. We discuss them before we take them. And there are some where we feel say a day above we as national executive, where if the need day for let we take them to NAC, we also take them decisions that they to NAC, we deliberate on them, and then we vote on them before ever we put them into implementation.
So, then decisions are the post-election decision, the early post-election decisions. You don't confirm to be now saying a one-way collective, and among which we talk about the boycott of governance. Waiting being lead to the for Leone rescind that decision for return to governance. Waiting inform that decision day.
Okay, first thing, once we don't decide for boycott, we go to an extent wherein we leader by then, Dr. Samara Kamara, come to we say and the president, Dr. Julius Madabiu, don't meet one-on-one, and they don't decide for dialogue and for see how we go settle the political impasse by the country amicably. But of course, even before that, we also be the get engagement with the international community, where they try for see how we go amicably resolve these issues as a party and with the government. So when Dr. Kawida and we began for meet, and we agree among ourselves say they form in way the dialogue for take, which is what led to Bintumani conference on national unity. Beside, through this commission, we get mediators, them we come, the ECOWAS, African Union, and the Commonwealth. We send delegation for come mediate that dialogue. And each party, the APC, and the government send 99 people.
All right, I want to ask you the question before maybe this one slip off. Two things where I want clarity. We been refer to Dr. Samura Kamara. He say una leader then. Waiting the one day mean say not to leader any longer.
Well, constitutionally no, because with constitution now APC say when you don't contest as presidential candidate okay, when the party national delegates don't elect the presidential candidate, they become the leader of the party. And the running mate, they become deputy leader. But if national election happen, the presidential candidate, the ECSL not pronounce him as winner, regardless of whether we challenge that election result in at the Supreme Court. 6 months after the day of that declaration of results by the Chief Electoral Commissioner, the office of leader and deputy leader no go exist anymore than the APC. That is what the constitution of the party says.
So is that the case as we speak?
That is the case since December 2023.
So in other words, they say that position of Dr. Samura being the leader no longer exists.
They don't see his exist from December 2011.
The colleagues then go into that. The other thing I want clarity before we progress now, the question of going into the tripartite. You say ECOWAS, Commonwealth, they all, been there, then the party in back for they agree to a national dialogue. Waiting now on whose invitation really all of them players then moral guarantors and then they come to the fore.
So when the one-on-one meeting happened with President Julius Maada, we like party, because according to Dr. Debbie Wanle, we resolve this internally. There are no international mediators. But we as a party insist, no, we want international mediators because we want whatever we pull out of there will be moral guarantors. We will be witnesses to whatever agreements that come out, so nobody no go play games in terms of the implementation of the agreements. So initially, we be the push for let the Commonwealth Secretary General as SFP present, since before election, I become mediate, whatever they be signed before going to the elections. But of course, the schedule not be permitted. So later, through this commission, we therefore facilitate for the AU, ECOWAS, and Commonwealth SSS send delegation, but our AU and ECOWAS begin for lead on the dialogue. So now on the invitation of both the government and the APC in agreement, facilitated by this commission.
All right. So before I take you to the next question, would they provide leadership for the APC as we talk? Because you rightly don't say the constitution abundantly clear, say 6 months after election, if a presidential candidate lost, no longer they carry that type. So that now the post where they lead, we call them the post where they lead the APC right now.
And the national chairman.
So you don't as chairman and leader of the APC.
We don't get leader anymore. We only go get leader again when we get for go at national delegate conference and elect new presidential candidates.
So what is the position of Dr. Samura as we talk, now the APC?
Kama is our presidential candidate for 2018-2023 and the member of the party, and all the respect we been get will be the accord is still they enjoy the same respect and we be they enjoy.
So what does this mean? Where the tripartite still remain on unfinished business when they talk about implementation, and I the chief negotiator now the other side of the tripartite, for the APC, and now when I say they enjoy that status there. Who are the lead in this in the implementation now of the recommendations of the tripartite?
Okay, so before the tripartite report they come out, now it's still be the lead on everything, and even when it comes to the implementation, the framework don't come out. It's still the one where the party they run to, who we always sit down and discuss, because now don't forget, and the running mates, now they run for we, now they be there on the ticket. So whatever decision that has to do with the tripartite, the agreement for national unity, then still highly involved, and then still would they still make sure say they lead that process day. So like I said, all the privileges we they enjoy as leader of the party is still they enjoy them privileges. Then the only thing that the constitutional provision now we implement, but the chairman don't become the head of the party as per the constitution. But that not in any way take away what Dr. Samra was and what he still is at the party.
All right. So the thing where the irony is having somebody that front a very sensitive thing we define for now the APC, where largely the APC supporters and loyalists they really they look forward to, and the possibility provide leadership in that direction actually not get that locus within the confines of the party by way of legality, but yet it's still then at the forefront for play oversight in the implementation of the recommendation. Ironical.
The agreement itself now, now two-phased. Now, first of all, distinguish between the tripartite and the agreement for national unity. The tripartite, Dr. Sakama, not the committee we they set up for look at the electoral reforms. They don't produce the report. The implementation of the report self, according to the framework we they don't send to doctor, we already don't share with the party. Now committees then get for set up again for look at different areas. Some of them we get for do it we laws. Now people of course we get legal backgrounds to look at that. Some of them we get for do with institutional reforms. Some of them we get for do constitutional reviews and all of them things that they. So each one, doctor, the party get for sit down and look at the appropriate people that we go serve by each committee when it comes to the implementation of the tripartite committee recommendations. So that are the format we get for take, and in that he still therefore be very much involved and therefore provide leadership.
All right, now we conclude that before. Let's say we'll get a few questions. I'll come back definitely for get things and clarify on many issues where the ordinary party supporters struggle with about whether they really for this to now. Waiting at the truth about this tripartite. Waiting they really not telling everything. But now bringing in Emilia. Emilia, you don't really top person for the APC, and they don't tell it sound like the host not in order. It sound like say that unity we define the APC within the highest level, not there because they see, then they wash, then leaning now na public. We'll come to that. But tell me what you take with regards to the many things we from
okay,
all
sir.
of the sides.
May I start first for tell people them good afternoon and wish them a blessed Sunday. For me, quick one before even to the question you ask me, I get a question where I want to ask Tunis, and the question are that going back to the convention as it is now, is it possible according to the constitution for Samoei Kamara run again as a presidential candidate, or that as a running mate for as a presidential candidate for the party? I don't want to forget that kind clarification there from Tunis, and then probably I can take up from that point.
Yes, we get right for run again because I mean with this constitution we will get now come into effect in 2022.
Okay.
And the first time we run now be under the old constitution, the 1995 constitution.
Okay.
So this constitution they get one more time for run according to the current constitution. So yes, they get right for run again.
Okay. So having said that, I think for me, Stanley, I want to say the war within or whatever it is gets for do with legitimacy at the end of the day for and just say go back to convention and say okay, now you go continue from that point or not. But it is sound like you rightly don't mention with regards to the tripartite. Be part of that committee wey dem go form for ensure say dem implement dem provision dem recommendations dem dey na the tripartite. So for me, as far as this is concerned, I no feel say na anything wey contradicting or na anything wey hard for understand. I think say in their own way they're able for sort am out.
Well, maybe other section of the public go on for disagree because
no, that's my opinion now.
Given the many things. Well, I'll bring that.
No, well, me, I think I get me political father.
All right, Universal Party, I see they write a long list of, I don't even have questions or queries, but you get the opportunity now.
Me, I don't get queries. Only they say are disappointed in the APC, right? I mean, from 2018, APC has never been serious, organized, or provide the requisite. The APC has never been serious from 2018 when they lost power to today for standing solidarity with the common man, for check the excesses of the SFPP.
I agree too.
Whether na August 19, whether na the Pandemba Road killing, at whatever, even after the election, right? Where they go attack Samura Kamara with other party people, with one person down at the party office, waiting the lacking now leadership. For me, I think I'm disappointed in the APC. Any serious political party, and APC too old for behave like nursery school picking. As a person, APC is over 50 years old. So, if we don't able for team up Tranga for provide the requisite leadership and hold this government accountable so that some of the excesses the way don't happen. Whether not the extreme corruption, whether not the extreme hardship, whether not the extreme tribalism, whatever this government don't commit from 2018, Alliance Squally on the APC. But again, what did happen at the APC are not surprised. When you read the literature of political parties in Africa when they're in opposition, where the gravy, not when they're in power, like what the SLPP in power now, they get resources for shape, they get money, corruption, fitty fatter. So nobody, no one for offend, think say, well, then go put some young pot one day. I think me nine disappoints me. And the common man and woman, then this year I buy one bag rice, 970,000. So, what in the post who I mean they buy cement to one man, I mean they buy of course. Will you give me for?
I think
excuse me, please. No.
Take you to the issue of the cost of living.
So now APC, no, listen. You know they able to divorce APC in lack of leadership, accountability without the cost of living. Now because of them not able, then they can affect themselves. Whether not the Samura Kamara faction, for me, anything way then they cry say, oh, the executive, they affect me. I can ask myself. What thing will profit the executive members of the APC for fit a system will go better than more than any other system? Because if them hold SLPP accountable, then SLPP lost power. Some of them boy away the fed, so they will become ministers. Yesterday, some of them reached here, the whole long poor would have been not thief some money safe. Na APC, the money don't begin done. That good life for them in the live, I think say. If I want to make comment, now this I get for say, and I hope Tunis that are disappointed in the APC, way in at the PR policy.
Yeah, well, before incoming, make I just ask this question. There is this belief, and they go all over the place say bloggers they don't hijack your role. Now, true, you go subscribe to that.
A lot of bloggers and they will misinform the party membership and party supporters and as by extension the general public. And these bloggers are being paid, unfortunately, by people within the party to an extent that it almost been get to a point where people feel say waiting then they say like for belief. But Danny don't change because some of us, don't decide for the come out, as we always have, or continue to bring the truth to the people. You cannot, believe the legitimate voice and mouthpiece of the party by somebody who sit down when they know what they talk. So I mean, we aggressively they bring the truth because that's nine they elect me for do, and that nine we could continue for do. But clearly you have a lot where they misinform with people there.
On the other questions of UPK feeling disappointed, and that of Emilia, before I come back to you, you should respond to them.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I'm not going to say the APC don't fail for hold the SFPP accountable. Unfortunately, you get a lot of people now the party who don't go silent. Where, of course, some of them are expertise in them areas they listen. Where UPK they talk about in terms of the economy, in terms of, but we have always been challenging. And that now one major reason also we make some of it they come out and toll on the party membership and supporters that we need to reorganize ourselves and begin to focus on the common man and prepare ourselves for the election when they come. Because if we continue this way for just and allow people for the misinformed with membership and with supporters about something where they say get for happening, where it's likely not going to happen. By all indications, we're not able to do anything as a party. And at the end of the day, like how you became disappointed, a lot of people will continue to be disappointed in we as a party.
So, Tunis, this point where you bring calm, I want to let people really listen to it in the entire region. Largely when our supporters and loyalists they listen to this. Defeating the theory of a rerun now one way na facade on a reality, because if trying for people give up on this notion of we'll get electoral justice we are also left for waiting in the APC dictionary mean by electoral justice. But the question around waiting will just ask, so election day now any of their agreements that they make a day as any recommendation, any election get for all, or everybody for defeat that thought ahead and look forward to 2028.
Okay, so I get for explain this for let people understand. When they announce the results, APC position have been two. One, that the ECSL for provide with the disaggregated data, we go show results by polling stations. And that if they not provide me that data, they ask them for do a rerun of the entire election. That now been with position, which is why we'll be asked for governance boycott. When we go into Bintumani, that was our position where we can go. Now been we main demands than that one day. But of course, when we get to Bintumani, the one that we come from it, there be outright retreat from the onset say they don't get that mandate day for even discuss elections. Because one, they are not the courts of Sierra Leone, and two, they don't get that low cost day but can't talk on anything where the court not decide. The only competent institution we go overturn any election and we go ask for any election now the courts. And that also by the constitution, the only person where the constitution give the authority for call elections now the president. So they don't get a mandate say for can't discuss election and for can't talk about rerun.
So why keep them too long? Why you wanna be keep them in black, in the dark, the build the hope of supporters as if elections is imminent, election is in the book, but then only now when all they come, some they still find one fight for can still give up to the people by way of referring to waiting later, say I will ask you when the electoral justice. So why would I not been calm after the Bintimani
communicate? But if you begin, if you been the follow, that is where all these issues about blackmailing start. Where people begin for talk, say some of we don't sell out, some of we don't go collect money. All these costs where they begin cause certain sector of the executive, the mama and Ayanda begin. Because immediately after Bintimani, some of us went out and said the issue of rerun not possible. It not get for the, you know. But then of course, people, you know, begin to talk about tripartite, and even where the tripartite and put out the terms of reference, I came back and said, there is nothing like rerun. The cost continue. So I have been consistent in my communications. Unfortunately, like I said earlier, you had these bloggers backed by people, you know, in the party.
now faceless people are they faceless or are people in way who use and you also well
most of them people are really support them bloggers and they are people with like the education like the lady and they call it of USA and they send and they gather money and send to them bloggers every single month and they target specific people within the executive and give this impression as if the party not united and people have not sell out. We don't they go through this for the past 6 months to 1 year. We have been consistent for prepare the people in mind because Stanley, the thing is, like I always say, I've been to every meeting pretty much. I read the discussions, I listen to the discussions, I follow the commitments they make as a party. And I don't read documents who don't sign, even with the tripartite report. The tripartite report, we positioned it clear that we wanted a rerun, you know, and when the report go, unfortunately, we in position be captured as an appendix under which we now known as the divergent views. And anybody will know about reports when they attach something on appendix that's for reference purposes. And in all this top the joint statement delivered by Dr. Samura and David Senge, the deal and the handover the report, they were very clear how the divergent views they captured in the report and why they captured them. And until we say they capture them because they want the citizens to get the opportunity to go read them and make their own conclusions. So these are things that we have been communicating. But then you get certain section of the party where they give the impression as if people have sold out, people don't go collect money. You know, some of it, they are above down and they go.
Now back to the question because it is getting more confused when they say the party position that be wrong. But then you say the meeting when inform the tripartite and the moral guarantors or mediators, they make them very, very clear, say a rerun, you know, they off the table. So, what really when I want to help the public to understand that even though it been clear from inception, say a rerun not possible, yet the APC as a party been pushed for a rerun. Waiting on one for let the public understand.
What me they say Nayana, the fact that was the position of the party, but unfortunately, for all the agreements they all don't sign, that position they until we from the onset they are not possible and not feasible because of the prevailing circumstances. First of all who that come, they cannot get the legal mandate or even talk about rerun or discuss rerun. All of the international partners being together on that one day, and it was made very, very clear to us. So even where that was our position, the likelihood say rerun get for happening, they don't make until we clearly say that one day not go happen.
Because we don't see how this thing can send from we dey wait for the tripartite report. That report dey for camp. Make Dr. Samuel president. It come to the issue of the judge, the tripartite judge. It come, and now we talk about on a fight for electoral justice. So get the people stuck in one place of belief that there is still hope when and which you don't cancel out say there is no hope. Anybody when I APC person not for entertain the idea of a rerun in the near future until 2028. So what are the APC definition of electoral justice?
Well, I mean, I have to say this, and you know, the last NAC meeting we called that meeting there for us to sit down as a party for get understanding exactly as to within electoral justice. And I have to be very honest, but for let people that know say from where we hand over the tripartite report as a party, we will not sit down it with Dr. Samara Kamara. We will not see our mates, we don't invite her on 2 meetings where we will not see her. And that speech they will give about electoral justice, most of we not see her before we deliver. So we need we have to try to get the conversation, but now we understand within our electoral justice and how we go about achieving this electoral justice. Because you know,
so not say the APC executive not get the definition of which this electoral justice actually mean. Now, just the thinking of Dr. Samuel and the definition of Dr. Samuel and which he say now for himself and not for the executive. Now that's the one.
Well, what they say is that I don't tell you with positions from the onset, and you yourself will agree with me say. Electoral justice term only come about after the tripartite reports don't come out. So, you know, we all need to understand what's in our electoral justice and how we for pursue them. Because, of course, now rerun elections results, that has been the conversation all along. You know, so if we move to another term or definition, we all need to know exactly what it is. And we in the party, we self want to get better understanding as to what electoral justice is.
So as we understand you, ownership na the executive, the entire executive, don't understand which na electoral justice. Now only Dr. Samuel will say and I understand that.
I would say so, yes.
Right. So we still on this the recommendations of the tripartite. I want for in the first instance you help let people and so just so that we not just tell people and say let them pull out by election business, no election not for all take place in this country past 2020. But waiting really that long meeting, then boku meeting, that money where the US government put for the tripartite. What is the tripartite mean they're all about?
Well, I mean, the terms of reference on the tripartite committee make the say then they look at electoral reviews, electoral reforms. So then they look at with electoral laws, with systems and structures, processes of elections management, and also the election institution bodies them. The reforms them way necessary for having the election institution bodies them, like the PPRC, the police, the involvement, and even ECSL operationalism and all them things then did. So that nine the tripartite committee, then terms of reference there we say and work they focus on. But of course, we as a party been push for election credibility, elections result, and of course, you know, the 2023 election results. Then we push for that. And at the end of the day, when the report come out, the APC position, by the way, NAC vote on them position and they mandate the tripartite committee for make sure say it reflected in the report. But of course, when the report come out, we see say it was captured in the appendix. So all the money with the institutions, the international bodies, they were more focused on election reforms, electoral laws, and systems administration and management.
So see, you understand when they say electoral reforms, this is for your other listeners then within the majority. Electoral reforms, so basically that one they be there for.
Well, I mean, like how they always done the tell we, then they look at them things and the way they make with the get problem with election business, we will not see transparency and accountability for our election business. Being like where somebody go just go sit there and announce any kind of results we want to announce, where others will never see. The laws then when they make somebody they get too much power for do like what we see happen in 2023 where they're not able to bring them to account for the bad way they do, all them things then they and then look at their systems and they for make sure say they're correct the mistakes that we happen 2023. And they also include 2018, 2012, 2007, so that we future elections will not go get them problems and they get.
All right, so I see the each. I don't know which now react.
My reaction is, you know, that's the way we can listen to me for long. Whenever they talk about tripartite, a lot of things say, when the tripartite, Samura, Cherikoko, Schengen, the EU, the USA, they will just go eat, drink, collect per diem. But nothing no go accommodate. And you see, the event they don't prove me well. On the question of the reform of the electoral law, okay? Not traditional they amend the Elections Act. I mean, we can make all kind of beautiful laws, right? Now we ability for do what's right. If the elite gets a political consensus on what is right, waiting for reform. Me, but people know say me na possible get vulgar tongue. That money we they spend for tripartite, they could have spent it some other side. You see, going back to basic ethics on the part of self-destruction. Some people for putting it down, some people for keeping it green, because last one, you see, political parties from the power, and an opposition party always a government in waiting. So when the people feel dissatisfied with the current government, the next election, then we'll kick them out and then come in. But the way how APC depends self-destruct, we will just continue for emboldening the SLPP, and we wars and the problems of Sierra Leone go continue. I remember the other day, Emilia, who have been glad, then they can set tripartite. Hey, they run. I want to say, hey, they want to drink, eat, and go do. Hey, you know, now this studio, people listen. I say, now eat, drink, collect for them, you know, now, Tunis, Samura, you get him man them back. So Schengen, they can't tell you say Schengen and Samura, Fambule. So this now the economic and political elite, they are causing they don't reduce the whole thing, the suffering of the common man and woman to fumble business. This not the tragedy in Sierra Leone.
You know, again, something they were I want for bring to the notice of Mr. Tunis. You don't, you wait the numbers then we the chief minister they quote.
Maybe when they come to that one, they look at exhaust before.
Okay.
So
Stanley for me, before we go to what you don't achieve to the tripartite, when Mr. Tunis be explain, you know the issue of the people then thinking then all the people the assurance where the people then we get said there is going to be a rerun of the election, and persistently Mr. Tunis they say he was clear from the onset. And for me, I think say waiting be clear, except that people be still no one for accept the reality and to say there was not going to be a rerun. Because waiting clear standing and the fact say only the courts, to some of we no say, now only the courts get that right for overturn that decision. And here is a case where the APC not be ready for going to court. And they say they are not going to court. So, for me personally, I say, where was that thought coming from? Because if it, like he rightly say, the negotiators them or the one that will give the moral guarantors they make them very clear say they don't have that kind of authority. They not get what it take. They not get the locals for say okay no we go back to rerun except the electoral commission or the court, and then we get a situation who say for no reason APC not be ready for going to court. So if APC not be ready for going to court, where then go get hope say okay the court go overturn the election result or go still maintain them. I begin to ask the question, where was that thinking coming from? Some of we on a personal note, if we would go discuss with some people, they say it's not visible, it's not just possible. But people will still get that kind of belief. People will still get that kind
players within the party.
Players, like you rightly say, players within the system where believe that kind of thing and they give people them false hope for belief say yes, there is going to be a rerun of the election. How is it going to happen where they refuse for going to court? They say they're not going to court. So where is that decision going to come from?
I therefore joke this one night. You don't think in Monami?
No, sir.
Where people they call the EU, the ESA, and the members of the International Communal Guarantors. Then guys are not there for guarantee any morality. Them problem that they self-interest. Yeah, they self-interest. Yeah. The U.S. ambassador they are for protect the American interest. The UK, the British High Commissioner now the British. So why they call them guarantor? They thinking more than me. What morality are they guarantee?
Yeah, you know, where you know, we all. You know,
I'm joking word name.
You know, we all come up from families, and I think this one we go call them an anticlimax, especially on the part of Tunis. Them, myself can be caught up in the same situation. I get picking them. These are my children. Then picking I can don't get some political belief, even when you know say not to true. It's difficult for them to tell them the reality. The same goes with this tripartite where it begin. Some of me, be personally being get access to the terms of reference. But what happened? You know, blame the supporters of. You know, blame them. You know, Tunisian and them well, and then create this team, and this team it can't to extent the bread says on them they put an on the oven, it be the burn. So nobody no get mind for go confront the oven for put the fire off. They got caught up in the middle of something. Then listen to me. Like you say, I think the APC get for sit down carefully and redo what they get for, because I don't really say a lot of things there. Otherwise, we go call and say they are self-destructing. Because even when Tunis they talk, they say be sit down now. Then they allow the misinformation to carry on. There were times when they get opportunity for them come out and say. But they talk about people and where they finance my vehicles, blah blah blah, and you don't come to a point. Even me go sit down so I get people who they listen to me. You they go. There was a time I said now discuss about something about the tripartite. Say we need to look at the dictionary or the definition of tripartite. I begin to go from one attire base to another attire base. Not to a new word. Now when no more we get Ebola, now the one that the same they carry about quarantine. But quarantine has been there before they born with. Now English word. The same with tripartite. But some man they even hold on to in Kumane. Say yes, you begin it to you for so, and then they go take a man for know the outcome of the tripartite.
I don't want me party say no they can make any until the tripartite.
Fine.
I get this me neighbor. I hope say this pro guy they listen because they come and tell him listen. He go lay don't sleep today. Say tripartite no better thing no get for commodity. You know, let me business.
We come because he believe say the tripartite result. Now for them can call new election.
Or then declare someone as president.
I'll go back to Tunis. And Tunis, the question I asked Now, one concept we Boku people are all about the APC, executive of Boku Kimpola in the UPK voice. Kabulu say they just did it for protect small thing away, they may not get and put aside, and then all they represent the ordinary human interest, whether by way of challenging government on fundamental issues where they affect the livelihood of the people. We know how things are on there. At no point APC the actions only limited in press releases, express concern, express disappointment, no tangible approach, no the way like in serious country then go stay there and once over party. The question they see now they happen. And in Nigeria, the president they call for dialogue on the demands of the people. They say all of them on the way they hold position now the APC party. Now people they don't blackmail into things and way if anyone venture for say anything, something they will then go use for Ola. Because the transition reports, white paper thing, and many other things, and they say the current crop of APC executive now people away then caught up in the middle of all of these things, and they're helpless, they're not able to help them. At least we'll talk about the people then. What do you think about this theory?
Because the party done a challenge. I would say, especially between 2018 to 2023, regardless of the fact that people every day commissions, some of it is still challenged. Let them not forget say plenty time they don't chase me deputy publicity secretary and impose plenty time. I don't spend midnight in a CID. Cornelius Dibo, not in this country because they go harass in life because if they speak out, they almost kill her and get corona. With so many people that they don't happen to them. But in any case, we not stop. And we post 2023 election action of governance boycott don't get the largest impact, I would say, by any action we don't take. Unfortunately, we'll make a decision for going to dialogue instead of we continue with our deal. And we don't need to tripartite and other agreements that we will not sign out so today as a political party. So yes, whereas people today we don't go quiet as a result of whatever are the reason, but there are some, especially within the party, we don't continuously talk. Kailan will be there yesterday, so as we speak, we know how we passed it, still we can go. So, yes, we don't make them moves then. Unfortunately, though, from 2023 to now, we really not been too much because we've been too much focused on agreement for national unity and also tripartite committee. So, really will not be too much, and which is why some of us are pushing that the party for looking for more because we are losing the people. A lot of things they happen we were supposed when they talk about like rightly say, when we take up the issue of energy, we see what they happen. When we don't take up the issue of economy, we not say something for happy. When we begin to talk about issues the way they affect the lives of the people of this country, we go no. We just need for be consistent, messaging, and like you say, need for show leadership, and we don't need. I always say we don't need for allow the end of good support for lead way, and that is what I believe. Say honestly, what will affect people. Already control the narrative and make to a point they almost box people for free because of blackmail where they blackmail, but then we cannot let that continue.
Alright, so you want for similar exception, but a course section of people away for stand up and stand tall for the party again reiterates the theory where Boko they don't blackmail into silence because so many things and they under the carpet where they feel say their voice go around for later on that time and whatever they don't possess over time, then go lost them. So now they say the APC voice don't lost. And all of which they can now are just attack collect, defend collect. Now define the APC right now. All man the fight for it, all man the fight for pull it. Nobody know they will represent the voice of the people. And the hope say the APC go stand for a members. That one day because instances and they Boku people don't die, you know, along the line because they believe say then their actions that one day way represent being standing tall for which he believe in, but then that then they all don't go in vain. Not even that expect for even come out from time to time for member, then people and they will die in them circumstances and they for waiting largely many believe saying for the cause of the APC.
So, I mean, of course, not all man as active at the party, right? Plenty people don't require for reasons where they know the state. But of course, the party still active. And people long for lose, and then, you know, because we know say we're on track for ensure say we say not only the party but for the country as well. Yes, we all agree a lot they go on in the country we currently not good, and that is why we feel say it is time for us to put ourselves together, put the house together, so that we will focus on the people, membership, supporters, the country as a whole. But I don't feel say that hope is lost. Of course, I mean, in terms of people we don't lost their lives, as an executive, I know it you know how much engaged we are with families, some of the family members there. You know, we cannot not operate on the same wavelength. That is just natural. So man, as party go opposition, whether they go after or not, quiet. That is not, it is just natural. You know, but so we will not go expect it to all go continue to operate at the same wavelength, but a good number of us are still very much interested and engaged with members that will support us, and we still continue to talk on their issues to affect them and demand action.
Alright, so as we get thousands where they listen to this program now, only go don't feel disappointed. Some people they say that one of the cry. This truth to the religion today. Say that's the number one data for listening to different people say election they come, the judge they come, announce Samuel Kamara, electoral justice they come. All I want they na lie because you don't make them clear to the hearing today because Boku then depend on social media. Now they didn't listen 24/7 forget the truth of they still get them bloggers and they will still go that conspiracy about elections and you being the talk person for the party don't come and talk and make this thing very clear. As we talk we get people who they cry now, then some go up and cause self for say they don't feel disappointment in the party we then call the APC. What's left of the APC for sale?
We wish we not be get to Usa, we don't reach, so Usa will continuously we hope everywhere they be refused. But I want to tell people that for me, I believe say as a politician, you hope and for tell the people the truth, whether the truth hurts, whether the truth bad, whether the truth.
I think we lost Tunis.
Message book.
But we will try for get back to me certainly, and also we will do due diligence for come back. let it continue because we almost the land on this topic, but we need safe landing on the key issues. We believe say that one the key fundamental for the we make people understand that particular aspect there. But then we then look forward for join the Tunis. But then, gentlemen and ladies, we are in this from the APC top person and go into the question of what's left of the APC. The politics of the seat over time. You don't see the people and over time. They don't responsibility to the out of the truth. They don't answer people away. They advise on the right things to make reference to JFK. Asking the party to
go to court. They go try the court.
And say no, we lost trust in the court. But the constitution saying only the court get the power for call rerun of election.
And now only the president get power for call for election.
Now the people they don't let the people in the wilderness, in the dark. Their hopes and don't crash.
Yes.
When you speak for a political party, we don't keep in people in a stranglehold. We keep the people in hope. I wonder if we will not go shoot people in prison or we will not go make people in collapse, because it's like today at the the point for make them not say all of them things they will all of them things everything Tunis say before you go off here. That they disappointed that something the colleagues and politicians not being tell people the truth about the true picture, because they just want for remain relevant. I come to you, Emilia. Like we